Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you've been following the layout progress for some length of time, you may be familiar with this little hill right here. About a month and a half ago, I was standing at the layout and I stepped back and was taking everything in and instantly unhappy with how it was with regards to the composition of the space I have. So I've decided to tear it up and redo it. The plan is to still utilize this space as a view block in a transitional type of scene with shrubs, taller grasses, and trees, but it needs to be a little less intense. That's kind of what I was going for here to begin with, but did a poor job executing it, and I'd rather fix it now than later. So here we go, more to come. All right, a little bit of in progress. It was a pain to get up, mostly because of the construction adhesive that I had used, as well as a very thick layer of Sculptamold, but the hill is removed and now its home is in the trash. I'm actually surprised I was able to get it out in as few pieces as I did. I was expecting more. I only had 2 casualties with some ballast back here in the corner and right over here, but those should be easy to fix. So now it's time to mix up some Sculptamold and to reshape this area. And I actually don't even plan to take out any of the leftover foam. I'm just going to work it right over. We're back. I got the Sculptamold added in and painted up with a coat of the brown latex paint that I've been using elsewhere on the rest of the layout. And I have to say I'm liking this much better already, and I'm glad I made the decision to redo it. I think it ties the 2 modules together much better than before, and with a more gentle slope, it feels like it fits the overall scene a bit better as well. So now it's time to get into the fun parts and start some ground cover with a layer of dirt. More to come. Okay, I got the dirt in and it's all dried up nicely and ready for the next layer of scenery. The previous applications of dirt elsewhere on the layout were a little too dark for me, so I ended up lightening it a tad with some beige, unsanded grout. So here's an overview of all the products I have to play with and to add in. I have some Woodland Scenic static grasses, bushes, and clump foliage, a bunch of Martin Welberg mats and products, and some larger ballast and rocks as well. I'm going to get some stuff down, and then I'll do a little in progress when it gets just a little further along. Stay tuned. Okay, here's how the hill project is shaping up. I covered most of the area with a 50-50 mix of the Woodland Scenics medium and light green static grasses in both 2 and 4 millimeters. Used that as a base layer and then filled in the space with the Martin Welberg products and tufts. I wasn't too concerned with how they came off of the mats. I just plucked them out and placed them where needed, randomly on the hill to give the appearance of some taller shrubs, bushes, and weeds. And while I had the scenery stuff out, I also added in a few extra shrubs and weeds up against the rock wall back here. Once I lay down the road that will go in front of the hill, I'll come back in and do some touch-ups of the dirt mixture and add in some of the same products a little closer to the road to blend it all together. That'll come a little bit later though. While everything was out, I also touched up the spots where the ballast had torn away during demo, and I still need to weather the track and add some junk and other scenic elements yet. The next big thing is to give this whole area some trees, some extra shrubs, bushes, and other underbrush type of growth. So more to come. All right, we're back. A few years ago, I had gotten a good deal at a train show for the N-Scale Super Tree starter box, and I did them up with all the materials that I had on hand, and all of them are currently just placed in the scene to give a feel for how it'll all shape up. But in full transparency, I got them in here and I'm not sure that I care for how they turned out. They aren't terrible, and some of them will be great for some filler trees, but overall they feel a little flat and a little lifeless. I don't necessarily care for the colors and how clumped they look either. I tried a bunch of different techniques and products, but didn't care for how the entire box turned out. The box must have been a little older as well, because the trees were very, very brittle and I got a ton of smaller bits rather than a bunch of larger full armatures. Since I'm taking the time to redo this area, I want it to be a little closer to what I have in my head than what is going on right here. Anyway, long story short, I placed an order for some additional super trees and other scenic material from Scenic Express, and I'm waiting for that to come in before I can take another crack at it. I do like how having something in this area changes the overall feel for the scene, and I think I'm headed in the right direction. It just needs a little bit more work and much better modeling on my part. I'm going to end this here, and when that order arrives, I'll pick up the project in the next video. I'd love to know the techniques and products you guys have used for making super trees, so please leave a comment with any help that you could pass along. It'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks for following the project up until now. More to come on the next one. You guys stay safe and be well.